Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 3 of the Tamari Summer Showdown CD tournament. Today, we are going to be watching Team Yolomancers do their run through FrightYard. And with me, I have Freedsnipers and Boris the Animal on commentator. Would you guys please give me a hello? Thank you.
Hello, thank you. This is Freed.
Hey everyone, hope you're having a pleasant evening. This is Boris the Animal.
Thank you very much. And Boris, would you mind going over the scoring system and the map real fast? And I'll mute and let you two take the show.
Sure, it'd be my pleasure. So, the scoring system, as you see in the upper right of the screen on your HUD, you do have the completion wave bonus, which is 100 points per wave. Complete 10 waves, that's 1,000 bonus, 1,000 base points. You have the health bonus, which is 600 points, decays 100 points per death of a teammate. The objective bonus, which complete each objective all the way to 100% is 200 points per objective. There are 4 objectives for this map. You have the time bonus, which if you keep it below the par time, you get 1 point per second. And then you have the infamous no medic bonus, very risky, but it gives a whopping 1.5 times multiplier to whatever your score is at the end of the game. We also have, as you can see, we're doing FrightYard. It's a KF1 map. It's a very interesting map. It's one of my favorites. And there are a lot of different twists and turns, a lot of different positions you can take, as we've seen with the various teams that have played this already. Some teams do like to stick in the CD standard hold. I believe we saw Freedsnipers team earlier stick mainly in the warehouse, that little blue cafe area, which is usually during CD standard, we see it played usually as a solo lane. That is also the lane where most people kite unless they reverse kite. And we also saw a very interesting hold by the objectives. I believe that was Elmo's team, Captain Saab's team, playing earlier with the L-shaped formation, the hold or die, as Elmo had mentioned earlier in stream. So there's a lot of different variations, but it can be tricky if you kite out. They do come out of the connexes. You might not see them come around corners. They can drop from the top in multiple places. They can come over the walls. So we'll see what they do. Free, do you want to give us a roster rundown? Would that be all right with you?
Yeah, I can do that. Um, so today on Yolomancers we have Ray. It's going to be running Gunslinger. Topwolf on Sharp. We got TBG or that black guy on Commando. We got Diamond Dog on Sharp. So we're running 2 Sharps. We have Jenny on Medic and our Master as Gunslinger. So we're running a pretty standard composition team comp. Never mind, now TBG is now SWAT, and our master is now swapping through all the perks, trying to decide what they want. But yeah, no, this looks like it's going to be a pretty good game. Pretty good team comp.
I assume they're trolling us here with this switches.
Yeah, no, they do a little bit of trolling.
So I think we are ready to start whenever if you want to give them the go ahead, Elmo.
I'm pretty interested to see how this team's gonna perform. They came out the first few maps swinging really hard and doing some crazy stuff. I believe they are currently in first right now. First, or are they second?
I believe with the other teams playing, they might have lost first, but depending on what their score is here, they'll probably take that lead back over. So I'm anticipating a good match from them. They always bring the heat, have a lot of experience, good strategies that they bring to the table. I'm wondering, are you going to play it safe? Or are you going to kind of play it risky, get some objectives, get a little bit more cushioning. It could really work either way.
Oh, I'm totally expecting them to go for every single objective.
I honestly am too.
Yeah,
Knowing
how
this team.
Yeah, with how they've been playing, like I totally expect them to see it, and I really want to see how they do, how well they hold Wave 10. Really hoping to see that.
The objective?
Yeah, Wave 10 objective. Yeah, I'm hoping that they do that, because I think out of all the comps, that's their team comp right here is probably going to be one of the best ones.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting. They always bring it. And we are starting. They're making their way. And we're going to hear the announcer in a minute. I thought he was from Louisiana, but apparently I'm told he's from Texas.
You speak for not meeting you in person, but we've been
Oh,
invaded
sounds
by horrible
like
monsters.
not from Texas.
We get big
I'm a little
bugs
bit
down
insulted
here.
since
They
I'm
say
in
it's the
Texas.
humidity.
Well, that in Texas isn't really that humid, so
Get in here quick.
you guys don't have big bugs down there.
Damn nation, they found a new way in. Heads up now, here they come.
And making their way through the gate. All right, going through the left this time. Some teams have gone through mid.
Are they going to hold right here?
That's what it is looking like. This is interesting. Okay.
You know, this actually looks like it could be a very, very good Wave 1 hold spot, because they got a trader pod that's not that far, and well, they're nice and comfy, cozy in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good positioning. If they stick here, it also, for Wave 2, it also gives them really good time to make it over to Wave 3 and Wave 4 objectives if they decide to do that. Some good extensions.
Yeah, TBG has been doing some good extensions in the past couple games. He's been commando every time, hasn't he?
He has. He's been putting in some more. I believe he didn't make it to the last one, but Santa's Workshop. But yeah, for Hellmark in this one, commandoing it up.
No, it does seem like they had Diamond Dog on support for Santa's Workshop. Now they got Sharp. Those extra freezes are really going to help.
Getting pushed into each other, but this is a really interesting hold. A nice 3-2 split here with Medic watching all, rotating for both sides for any heals. Using her buffs to that proc during Z time to just rush up and keep the team buffed up.
Yeah, and having that one door in the back. Oh, actually, there's two doors, isn't there? Yeah, there is two doors. I forgot about that little side door. Say that kind of funnels everything into one spot. So, oh, this is actually a nice little comfy Wave 1 hole.
Yes, they were tucked in like a snug as a bug in a rug. Say that 3 times real fast.
I can't even say it once. I had issues saying tournament the other day. Tournament? I can't see. I just messed that up. I'm not saying that 3 times fast.
Excuse me if I'm wrong. 2 minutes, 30 seconds for Wave 1. That's really impressive.
That is pretty quick. I don't remember what I've seen the other teams do it in, but that is pretty quick. I think if they're going for speed, they're definitely running a comp that's going to be very, very competitive with Captain Saw's team.
The money train. Oh, Rudolph would have loved it.
The Chainsaw Enthusiasts.
Okay, so it looks like they're moved over to the CD standard hold. They have Arm Master in the cafe, the little warehouse there. And they've got a 2-2 split with the field medic in the back, watching both left and right.
Yeah, this is a good team comp for this hold, because if our master needs a freeze, Diamond Dog can just launch it right up over the wall right there and just drop it right in the lap of whatever's coming through that door, and then yeah, now this will work pretty good. Jenny's got good sight lines on both sides, actually all 3 lanes, and then her standing back there is also blocking anything from spawning and coming from the back.
Absolutely, and like I had mentioned earlier, they are using a GS in the warehouse here to solo this lane, and this is the one I was talking about. Normally the kite lane, if you're forced to kite, I don't anticipate it. Wave 2 and the way they're playing, they're going to keep it locked down.
Yeah, they're probably gonna. We're probably not gonna see them get pushed or be forced to kite till probably at least wave, I don't know, 7. I don't see them kiting, but I do see them getting flexed a little bit on 7.
Looks like it, yeah, absolutely, and it looks like Fleshpound did peek them from before, and since he saw them, he did rage spawn come in, but they took him down quickly. Got a couple of calm scrakes in the back. They're raging them quickly. But go ahead and eat down the speed and just working it down.
Our master's just chilling up there in the lobby. Took some hits. You know, something that I always thought was really funny with CD players is everyone's got really fun grenade binds for their grenades. It's actually like so simple and so helpful to know when your sharp is throwing that freeze to have that grenade bind, right? It's just I always thought it's funny because you never really run into too many players that have the same bind. Everyone's got something different.
Teams intact.
Yeah, absolutely. So since they're going to this trader pod, I assume they're going for this objective.
Oh yeah, definitely. The big scary thing with this objective is husks. That a husk will snipe you right down, and then you fall down, and then if you can't get back up right away, it's you're going to be either kiting by yourself or everyone's got to drop and come back around and get back up there.
Indeed. Also, if you get on these catwalks or too close to the edge, something overruns into your lane. If you're not able to keep them down, locked down real quick, they can bump you and knock you down into the spawns that are below you, which can be very dangerous. This is an interesting hold positioning that they're doing. Okay, they've got Jenny in the back, outside of the objective, and they've cut their objective in half, holding it down with a 3-2 split again.
That's actually pretty smart because most stuff is probably going to be going after the rest of the team. Jenny's just going to hang out and maybe deal with trash here and there.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I guess
TBG fell down.
Yeah, I thought the Scrake was going to go towards the team, but looks like he wants to go after Jenny.
Yeah,
she's running into the objective. Okay, good. To get the teammates for some help on this.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one downside to having Jenny all the way over there is if someone falls down on that backside, they're completely out of line of sight.
True, but she knew exactly when to rush in. As soon as she saw the largest starting to come towards her, she just rushed in. Keep close to her team, keep them buffed, and let them do the takedowns.
Now she's dealing with a Scrake. Ooh, we lost Topwolf.
Unfortunate. Oh, that is also unfortunate. Wow, they are really being pushed here. We'll see if they decide to stick. And Jenny was knocked off. Okay, it looks like they're kind of kite out. I can't say I blame them, but the Husks are going crazy, taking some sniper shots at them.
Yeah, and then this part of the kite right here is really dangerous because you can very easily get separated from your team, and then it's kind of one of those situations where if you go the wrong way, you gotta stick with it and just make something happen.
Exactly, and going through those connexes can be very dangerous too. They just pop on you, drop down from the top, but it looks like they're recovering. They're not going to let it shake them.
Oh yeah, I think they got this. Our master's taking his spot back up there in his solo lane, but they are down the right side, so looks like Ray's gonna solo, and then Diamond Dog's also gonna solo.
Exactly, and as you've noticed, since TVG is down, they don't have a Mando anymore, so they're not going to get those extensions, which can make taking down the largest so much easier.
Yeah, they're down a Z time procer and a Z time extender, so they're gonna be getting a lot less Z time.
Fortunately, though, they do have Diamond with the freeze grenades if needed.
Ray might be stuck out by the
Oh,
van.
no.
Oh, bloated. Ray's good.
Oh, good job. Good job evading, getting around them. We do have 2 calm flesh pounds. They've seen them. They're going to proc. They're going to rage at them.
Yeah, right now because they're under the MM or the max monsters. But this is a sketchy spot to run to during the kite because they got the 2 holes in the wall that Zeds will drop down and behind you, and it's super easy to get surrounded and die really quick in this spot.
Absolutely. And Jenny defending her team, going for the parry. She saw that the FP was about to try to go for a crit. Going for another parry, keeping her team well defended. Excellent move.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Medic is they got that little bit of extra health to take those hits, and then on top of that they can hit a flesh pound with a debuff, parry it, heal themselves, and then they get even more of a damage resistance, and then they can derage another flesh pound and still be able to take another hit or 2 from a pound. And it's medics are pretty good at absorbing some damage if they need to.
Absolutely. So this will eat down some time, of course, and unfortunately they didn't get the objective for Wave 3. Even if they ran back into it, they just don't have enough sets to complete it. But, as I mentioned earlier, they're just keep staying level-headed, not letting it get to them, and just working on the wave. They'll come back next wave.
Yeah, I mean, it might be worth... They could possibly try to drag some of the largest into the hole, get a little extra money. I mean, they're not going to complete it, but they might get a little extra dash.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're not going to. Yeah, that is a very good point. I'm assuming they're not going to because they want to keep their time down.
Yeah, this is also true.
Very good recovery.
When I've got it, I only spend it anyway.
Anyone drop this?
Free money, people!
No? I'll
You
put
owe
it
me a
All
beer.
dressed up in no Zeds to kill. Feels weird.
To try to heal them?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Exactly.
huge.
So it does look like they're making their way over to the L shape, the hold or die objective.
This is a cool objective. This one's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. You do have this very long lane where the flesh pounds can peek you and rage. You do have right at the top, you have a spawn where they can drop down on. But so they're tucking themselves back into the corner. Very smart.
Yeah, and that back spawn is deceptively slow. It's just slow enough to where you start to forget about it, and then it'll drop like 1 or 2 things on you, sometimes 3, and it's just enough to shake everyone up.
Yeah, absolutely. Very nice takedown. Good extensions.
Yeah, that sight line on the right is kind of a double-edged sword for them. Yeah, they get time rages, but man, those larges are going to be eating a lot of freedom seeds as they run up to you.
Ginny also has the Carbine Corruptor, so probably be seeding for some health as soon as the Zed is killed that is seeded. It will proc the like a little health buff.
Yeah, the Corruptor Carbine's it's an interesting medic weapon. It's definitely really strong, and then not having the 501 or the heal thrower or a lot of the AoE weapons. The only AoE healing that the medic has is the Z time airborne, and then the medic grenades. So
Exactly.
having that Corruptor Carbine with that seed, if you can pull it off and you get the timing just right, yeah, that thing can be a huge asset to the team.
Absolutely, and Ginny making liberal use of debuffing the largest as well as the grenades. Go ahead and kill the trash with her health grenades, which is an added bonus of those. And it does look like they're going to complete this objective without much trouble at all. So the 2 deaths that they had before, this objective will basically offset that. As you know, they had 100 points per death, and since completing this objective is 200 points, you're just offset it. It's like no problem.
Yeah, it's kind of like a get out of jail free card, right?
Exactly.
It kind of takes, it's not working towards the bonus, but I mean it does take care of the deaths, as you said.
Now, unfortunately, that Z time extension did drop, so the FP is going to rage, and he's taken down cleanly. There is another FP over here, and Topwolf sees it.
It is kind of interesting to see how this team is holding this lane. They have Commando on the right, when the 2 other teams that did it had the Commando on the left. But it also seems like that left side hasn't been as heavy as, because I'm guessing because they're all over there, a lot more Zeds are coming over that way than going to the left side.
Yeah, indeed. It's always fun for me to see how different teams can take the same map and reimagine it with their own strategies, their own team composition, what works best for them.
Yeah, they were also holding back a lot further on the left too, instead of peeking around that corner a little bit and getting the Zeds before they got too close.
Exactly. So back to the standard hold. I assume our master's going to go back inside the warehouse, tuck himself away, and hold down that lane. And I assume also, if needed, Diamond may flex to help him, as it can get a little hairy in there at times. We are at wave 5, might not get too bad. And they're back to their 2-2 split with a medic in the back.
Looks like our master is running 101 and looks like 2 Glocks.
Yes, and TBG is running the Scar, so he's going full damage and making it a lot easier to get those extensions.
Looks like Ray got pushed out of the spot. That once the gunslinger loses that, or not Ray, our master got pushed out of that spot. Once the gunslinger loses that lane, it's kind of difficult to get that lane back because there is a spawner right in there.
Exactly, and he's got 2 flesh pounds that have seen him, which are going to keep him out of pocket. Okay. Nice takedown. Okay, Ray coming in to help. That was interesting. So Ray, another GS, came in to help, and the Sharp, Diamond Dog, actually held down that lane for a moment, which I can't say I blame him. You get a lot more range with the Sharp there. They saw that everything was down far enough for him, so Ray can just go in and lay that hammer down. And our master's getting pushed out with a Rage Scrape. Ooh. Had me worried, but they're recovering. I was wondering if they communicated, but I assume he told his team, "No, I got this."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they this team has had pretty good comms throughout the last couple matches, so. And it seems like our master's using Glocks, SPX, and 101.
And Topwolf taking a hit. Beamed him right off the truck. Okay, he took him down. And yes, Topwolf, our master, is pushed out. And they are flexing, helping each other. And triple Husks. Those Husks can be so deadly. Really need to take them down.
Oh yeah, Husks are scary. They do be scary. Especially when they get into a firing line and they off-center their shots, so it's just one shot, then another shot, and then another shot, and then you feel like a beach ball getting hit every time you get moved around. It's disorienting.
Well, that and my favorite is always predicting after you give them a little bit of damage. Are you going to come in and try to suicide on me? Or are you going to keep shooting at me?
Reloading. The weapon of the professionals.
Or they'll run in like they're gonna do a suicide and then just stop right before you and just set you on fire with their flamethrower.
Exactly. Okay, so Ray and Armaster going with the SPX, very good weapon, even with GS. They can handle that much faster with the reload strings that time.
Yeah, something I wanted to point out with the 101 that our master was using. That's actually a really strong gunslinger weapon because you can get one free upgrade on it, and it's really good for clearing out trash. And you can get a full 5 shots on a large with it upgraded, and it won't enrage it. So you can get full rack 'em up, and then just do so much damage to their head.
Yeah, absolutely. I also like that he's using the Glocks. I think they're kind of underrated.
Also, I believe I saw. Did TBG? Did he get a stoner? Because that's something you don't see commandos using that often in CD.
Now, I did see him use the stoner in Hellmark, so I was wondering if he's going to pull that out again. He has mentioned that he does like the stoner. Plenty of ammo. It makes it easier for him to go for those extensions.
Oh, we got 2 gunslingers on the back lane.
Yeah, and it looks like our master communicated and told him he's going to need some support here. And there goes those Glocks, and good job by both of them.
Diamond Dog's still holding that lane down by themselves pretty good. Looks like a Giga and the gas pumps.
Oh, yes. They are Giga. Triple FP, quad FP, double
this might be a kite.
quarter. Yes, absolutely. If they do have to kite into the warehouse, Elmo, you want to go into the war room if they make it in there? Or get pushed in there, I mean? Oh, and hopefully they will make it out of this corner. That can be a real death trap down there.
Yeah, I was about to say that minivan is that minivan corner is not friendly. You get stuck down there and you get screwed. You have to worry about stuff.
There's no way out of there unless you go to the left or the right, the stairs or the ramp. Okay,
Yeah,
now
and
we're covering back.
If you go towards the ramp, you got to worry about stuff dropping on you and giving you a Goomba. Ooh, our master's really low.
Good save. Nice healing. And he's really having to stay out of pocket here. He's having a lot of trouble trying to retake that lane. And he's got triple FP. This is going to be a little difficult. But they're down to 19. So they may retake this fairly easy.
Yeah, I think they I think they should have this as long as they don't get caught in that corner right on that gate. Right where
Diamond Dog has
is.
to be careful. Oh no, and he's pushed out in that dangerous spot. Okay, he's going back to the stairs. But he does have 2 Comskrakes behind him. Hopefully he sees them.
That was the corner I was talking about too. He's lucky he got out of that. That was dangerous.
That made my heart jump.
Got a enraged Scrake coming in. I lied. He's taking a nap now.
What rage Scrake?
He's laying there taking a nap.
And they're just looking for this last one. Yeah, always has to. There's always got to be a Scrake wandering off alone, thinking about his life choices. You know.
He's just taking his time, strolling around.
Then gets hammered by bullets. You know, kind of sad.
He might have been looking for a new chain blade for his chainsaw. One of these might be an Amazon container.
That's Home Depot, as almost pointed out.
Yeah, Home Depot, exactly.
So I'm assuming, yes, they are. They're going back for objective on wave 7. And this one is it can get very spicy. You do have the back lane where they can come in over the wall, and from the middle, they can either split, depending on how the team works this. They can split towards the back or come up the mid. And as Freed, you had mentioned a very interesting hold on the front here. And it looks like they picked up on that too. You want to explain that?
Talking about the side, the hole in the wall?
No, the front lane. You see how far back they're pushed? You had mentioned that earlier, I believe.
I don't think that was me. That might have been someone else. I know on the side lane, which is actually they have a lot of people on that side lane. I don't know why they have so many right there. Well, I guess that would work. But yeah, with no one down in front of them, like some of the other teams have had berserkers down there. Stuff will come through that side wall or that back door back there. I can't mouthword right now.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm assuming they've got the 3 with Jenny over here hammering down, because the way they're positioned, they're expecting the majority of the largest to come from the middle and trying to make them force to come to them. Yeah, I apologize. It's been a long day. I thought you had mentioned about the front. If you stay back a ways, they don't spawn as many larges to the front of you, at least not in the beginning of the wave.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure if that works. I don't. I know we found a little way to manipulate the Zed's pattern in the back. In the front though. Yeah, in the front, we just wound up hanging out right there, because when something would come up the stairs, it was point blank with our guns, so it was just real quick to take them out. And then they're holding, I think, at a pretty good spot.
Very good. And Jenny keeping a very careful eye on her team, see if they need any heals. Watching both, see if they need any help with takedowns and debuffs. Now, the front is getting pushed back a little bit. Looks like they're going to be able to take that down. Ooh. Hopefully they can get a Z time there. It goes.
Topwolf, yep, there you go. Topwolf was pretty low there for a moment. Now, I know as soon as they get pushed back towards these last 2 tables at the end of the room, stuff will start, like right around where they were just standing. Stuff will come through that back door. So they gotta get up there and retake their spots really quick.
Very quickly. And you can actually get stuck in these tables. If you get backed into the corners of them, you can get pushed in there and you can't get out. Either by trash keeping you locked or the largest.
Looks like there's a kite. And this is
they
the
did
rough
complete
area.
the objective. I can't say I blame them at all for getting out of there.
Yeah, this is I think probably one of the roughest parts of the kite is just getting out of that building and
getting
then
out
through this side catwalk area. This is a rough spot.
But they are sticking close to their medic here, which is very smart.
Faking.
Jenny debuffing the FP, and he is hopping around.
Tried for the Goomba.
Not quite sure what he was thinking. And it's just clean up on all 6 at this point.
Yeah, no, it's just some bloats and probably a Scrake that's on the other side of the map slowly walking over here.
Oh, I think I do hear one more fleshbound, and he's dead. He had a heart attack. He saw this team, he's like, no, I want none of that.
Yeah, Topwolf saw he had a headache, so he just removed the problem for him.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Top got a little too close to the Scrake. I wasn't able to take him down quick enough, and he did just chainsaw him down. But Jenny's going to get some revenge on the Scrake for doing that.
Yeah, that's kind of a rough spot to start and fight a Scrake, is in that container. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room, and you get hit, you're going to bounce off a wall and probably not go too far back.
Exactly. You can't really get enough length. Really unfortunate.
Weapon looking for a new home.
No one ever. People don't take the time to dress up.
I think. Okay, so TBG is going with the Foul and the Scar. I can't say I blame him. Great damage output.
Yeah, that's and in a pinch, Commando can actually do some pretty good large side takedowns. not as quick or reliably as gunslinger or sharpshooter can, but in a pinch, commando with a FAL is scary.
Indeed. And it looks like both Sharps are going with a +1 upgrade on the SPXs. I believe I saw a +1 upgrade on both for the M14 as well as the gunslingers.
Some nice Z-time extensions. It always makes me sad whenever the wave starts and there's like really nothing going on, and then all that really beautiful and easy Z-time is just going by and there's no targets to shoot at.
Yeah, that is a shame. It happens like that sometimes, though.
Sweet shot.
Okay, so we've got triple FP, quad FP in the front. No, I'm mistaken. That is triple. No, that's $1. It's $1 and 2 FPs.
It was 3 FPs and a bunch of quarters.
Yeah.
They dropped the first FP really quick.
Yes, they did.
I almost said about $3.25 in a assorted
yeah,
pounds.
they deceived me being behind the FP like that.
How's that feel?
Our master getting a couple of scrakes, a couple of FPs. About to time rage. Oh, good time for Z time.
If I'm not
Clean.
wrong, our master's kind of relatively newer to CD. I know they play a lot of Turbo Survival, which is kind of like a pub's version of CD. It's not quite as challenging as ASL, but I believe when I was talking to our master before, he was pretty familiar with that, and this is his first time really stepping into CD.
Well, they are pushed out of pocket, and like you said, this is very hard to get back inside.
I am kind of curious with our master's loadout. I think if they were to switch with Ray, it would probably work a little bit smoother.
Oh my goodness! The largest, what is that? 4 quad FP and some quarters.
Once that solo lane is lost, it's just
you can get manhandled real quick.
yeah, it's like a crack breaking in a dam. It just never stops.
It does snowball. It can very easily snowball.
Now it looks like Topwolf and TBG are getting cut off a little bit from everyone else. Oh, nope, they're going back to TBG.
I think they're going for the reverse kite here.
Yeah, they might have to reverse kite. But they got like what, 25 Zeds left?
Exactly.
They still got 3 pounds, it looked like. 2 pounds? Yeah, they got 2 pounds. That was a nice freeze. Easy cleanup.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason we keep mentioning the Z count, the more Zeds you have, if you get those rage FPs running around, kiting around after you, they can hit the other Skrakes, get them in rage where they're running after you. And while they're doing that, they're munching up all of your trash. You're having a hard time having anything to extend off of, and more larges can spawn. So it can really snowball real quickly, but they cleaned that up very nicely.
Yeah, I believe that something like that happened to a team on Santa's Workshop. There was I think quite a few flesh pounds left over, and they just kept munching up everything and raging Skrakes, and more flesh pounds were spawning.
Yes,
and it just,
now that you mentioned,
yeah, it was a never-ending battle at that point.
Triple quarter on the right.
Yeah, with this gas station lane, there's that truck on the side that says "Fuel for Flight" on it. There is a large Zed spawn. Ooh, there's 3 flesh pounds that just spawned in the back there. So Mando and Topwolf are about to they're about to get some company.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were mentioning about the trucks being there, it does keep you kind of split from your team. You're not able to see each other. You're not able to really help each other unless you flex back. And we do have 2 FPs, and there's that time. So they're gone. Very nice by Topwolf.
You good?
So we are in wave 9, 150 Zeds left. It can get very spicy. It can change tables real
yeah.
quick.
Wave 9 and 10 in ASL kind of dip into some of the harder spawn cycles, and they just start showing you what CD can throw at you.
Exactly, and as we said, that they are pushed out of the pocket in the warehouse. This is what we were talking about. All of it, feel calm, feel like you've got everything under control, and all of a sudden, ASL starts throwing hands at you.
Yeah, Ray's been doing a great job flexing from their lane to help our master out when needed, and I believe they're also flexing over to gas station when needed. So Ray's been kind of like the overall go-to for flexing.
Absolutely, yeah, I've noticed that too. Doing a great job there, and they're recovering now.
Ooh, we got another big, what was that, 4 flesh pounds? Yeah, 4 flesh pounds over by gas station.
Yeah, right at the corner.
Topwolf's about to back into a Scrake.
Oh, and the Z time extensions were dropped, unfortunately. Really needed that.
Ooh, that corner
Oh,
right
and
there
Ray
is
got
dangerous.
knocked down. Yes, hopefully we can make it up back up the stairs or back up to the ramp. Now, Topwolf still does have 2 freezes if he feels it's absolutely necessary. Jenny just keeping the debuffs down, making it much easier. Makes the flesh pounds slow down on their speed, their rage speed coming at you, and makes it easier. Not as many headshots necessary to take them down.
That was... And he's stopped him and froze him at almost the same spot every time.
Yeah, he's been very good on this freeze. This Diamond Dog's been doing a heck of a good job of holding down this lane. Master, when he does get pushed out of pocket, which does happen, Ray's right in there, and they start pushing it right back. And of course, Jenny keeps a careful eye on everybody.
When this wave starts heating up, you guys want to jump over to the war room so we can see, get a little peek into their comms?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually wondering if they were going to go for this Wave 10 objective. It is doable, but it is spicy. I cannot say I blame them for not doing it.
I'm pretty sure with the deaths that they've had already, I don't blame them for not risking it. Our master has a flesh pound. Ray came over and they took it out real quick.
And it looks front is pushed. Just a couple of triple FP, about $1. All right, I think it's a good time
Yeah, I
to
think
go to War Room, don't you? Sounds
War Room's
good.
a good time.
Count lane.
Fight time.
Yeah, let's go.
Front husk. Dead.
We have the spawn.
Double FP. Freeze that. Keep going.
Freezing front.
Keep going.
This-
FP. Do it.
Topwolf needs.
My shit died.
I'm gonna be
FP
cute.
dead.
I'm good,
Keep
I'm
going.
chilling.
Don't stop.
This is why we practice kiting for the first time.
Yep.
Okay, we're supposed to kite.
Yeah, don't stop here. Don't
Just
stop.
keep going.
Keep
Keep going. This spot's
Don't
a
tell
fucking
them
death
their
zone.
secret plan.
Front
Master.
quarters.
There's.
Front
What is
quarter.
that?
Ryan, watch out behind you.
It's dead.
Quarter ahead.
One more quarter. Be forward. Oh, dude.
That's a wall.
Sick, dude.
Done.
Good.
Few scrakes on
Really
gate.
great corner.
Yeah, I have
Get around
no
them.
freezes, so
Maybe if we have extensions, kill one of them.
I am not risking it with my one SPX bullet.
Ooh. Got one more. Yeah, not doing it.
Come on, Ray. Come on, Ray.
Hey, I'm coming. I got
I'm
you.
all worried about DBG.
G.
DBG committed to his position to get those extensions.
Pounds, triple pounds. Screak.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Front. Yeah, we
Don't
gotta
stop,
run
don't
through. Run through.
Yeah, we're gonna stop on
Don't
top
get out of
the
Jenny's line of
containers.
sight.
Yep.
Are we gonna hold the objective now?
No, shut the fuck up.
You
Hold
got
here,
us.
hold here,
You got
hold
right
here.
there.
Somebody, Master West
Yeah,
back.
stay
Everyone
here
watch
as long as
forward.
we can.
Watch ramp.
No. There's gonna
Right
be
there.
a
Oh
lot.
my god, dude. There's so much stuff.
FP, they got, go back.
Back
We
up.
gotta back.
Go.
I gotta back up. Let's go.
Watch out that FP.
Scrape front.
Very good.
Bypass it, bypass it.
Either way.
I wanna heal
you
me,
can
Jenny.
go-
I'm about to get shit on.
Yeah, I just did.
Okay, thank
Go
you.
either way.
More
Stay
scrakes
with
over.
Jenny.
You're very clear in the front.
Do FP. One more.
I'll run ahead if you guys want to fight for a second.
I can't
Okay.
see anything
Yep.
spawning in the containers.
Okay,
We got 2 more FPs coming.
Oh, we gotta get through these
Dude, what
containers.
is-
don't stack, don't stack.
Deraging.
Oh, you got some scrakes spawned right there. Cool.
You know what? I forgot to get my far one. Whoops.
We got
Awkward.
6 to go. Don't stop.
Pound right there.
Yeah, go through Rave Room.
Oh, you got quarters in there.
Yeah, we got a lot. I have no freezes.
Get into Rave Room, go.
Yeah, 50
Running as
cent
fast as I
there.
can.
Push through these. Just spam them. No quarters.
Yep.
I got my spares, so I got loads of bullets.
Okay, I got 401 heals
Don't
now.
mind that things can spawn on these through these gaps in the wall, and I cannot do anything about it right now.
No
Okay.
trash for extensions. Ryan, what'd you do? What
Maybe
did you
we
die
get
with?
to the corner?
Where'd I what?
What did you die with?
Center fire. Right there.
Can you unlock it, please?
Yes, I can.
We got this Craig behind us.
Dude, look at this.
More FPs.
I can debuff it if you want to take
Easy.
it.
Like,
Oh,
shit. Okay, just kidding. Run. Deraging.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's keep
gonna be
going.
taking
Oh
lots
my
of
god,
hits here.
that is a
Somebody else has
train.
got to take
What
this
the
next
hell?
one. Or we can kill it. That works too.
Just trash on the side.
Top. We get heal.
This is why I
Oh, hi.
bring 401.
I threw like I was gonna throw a freeze there.
I'm grab-
More large spawning.
Quarters ahead.
They came
going.
out of that container. I didn't see them.
Yeah, that was. No, they just spawned. That was just terrible.
Oh,
Fuck, I'm
fantastic.
taking a
It's fine, it's fine.
Careful of that flesh pound down
Just
there.
don't stop here.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay.
Going ahead.
Everything is spawned now, so we can sort of
We
take
can
the
show when
fight.
we get to hold.
Yep.
Way over there.
Fuck. Haskell.
He's still there, by the way.
Thank you.
Push pump
Yeah, let's go on the other way.
Go right,
other
go
way.
right. Go right and
Oh.
up.
Ray?
Yeah. It's okay. I got
I
it.
don't think we've ever had a single
Nothing.
time where everybody went the same direction on that fucking run there.
It's a
Alright.
suggestion, not a rule. Stuff coming.
Alright, we can fight here.
Reloading. Oh, they're coming.
Come pick
What?
up someone my side.
Oh, that buffing, man. What the hell? Front.
Works for us.
We got for the gas station.
Oh, that stack was so bad.
Those guys good. I
So
promise.
good, though.
Yeah, it's just Craig now.
We
Yeah.
have some mediums
That's
coming
it.
on the right lane.
That's everything.
Guys, we got eavesdroppers in here.
It's okay.
Can't lead to stress.
So, how's your day going, Topwolf?
Wow, that was spicy, and unfortunate that Diamond Dog got the crit hit. I believe it was right at the break of the bricks there, where the FP can actually hop up and just give you a haymaker.
Yeah, he got smacked right as I think he got smacked right as the FP came down and just knocked him right into that corner. And that corner is vicious. That whole
Very
catwalk
vicious.
is vicious.
But good comms. They had a few times on the kite route splitting up, had a little bit of trouble, but they stayed together and just kept calm and kept communicating with each other. So now they are on, they have completed all the waves, and they are on the boss.
Yep, this should be pretty good. Patriarch is he can be pretty nasty if he gets away and heals, or if he gets a lucky rocket off, he can do some damage with that. I know Jenny had made a comment a couple times about having the 401, and that's one of the downsides to having the Corruptor Carbine is if you wind up going to kite, you don't have another weapon, you are down a lot of darts.
Right, whereas the Mando could offset that by carrying the 401.
Yes, correct.
And they just came right out of the corner there and said peekaboo to Kevin, and he is trying to bully.
He's trying to bully, but I don't see that going too well for him.
I don't either. They're right in his face. They know he's low. There goes the freezes. Keep him stuck in that, not letting him escape.
Oh,
and goodbye.
Nice.
Bye-bye, Patty. It was nice knowing you. Congratulations. Excellent job by Team Yolomancers.
Yeah, that was really good.
Why is this so bloody fun?
Yeah, that was a very nice execution.
Elmo, did you want to ask them which two they wanted for interview?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that was
wow.
very quick and really made my heart pump on that.
That was a very intense game.
And hopefully my KF2 doesn't crash because things happen with TWI.
No, you're gonna crash for sure. There's no way you're not crashing now.
Commentator Jinx, I didn't crash.
Wait and see, it's gonna happen to me. Oh, bye, Ryan. Did they ever respond to like 2 for interview?
I didn't see one. No.
Neither did I. Let me send Jenny a message on Discord.
Jenny popped back in, or loaded in finally. Topwolf and Jenny.
Okay. Would you mind dragging them in, Sir Boris of the Animal?
Absolutely, it'd be my pleasure.
Much appreciated.
Yo.
Welcome
Hey
to-
guys.
Hey, welcome.
First start of all of our runs we've ever had.
That was tragic.
Wave 3. We haven't actually lost Wave 3 like that a single time in Traxxas. That was so
Yeah.
sad.
We wanted to
'Cause
show
that-
off the wave 3 and go for it, and unfortunately it ended up looking pretty bad.
Because it was actually really consistent, the way that we split that hold where I just hang out on the wave 10 objective, because I can block spawns up there.
Who was it that ended up dying on the wave 3 objective?
TBG got knocked off immediately.
Yeah.
I kept trying to express that, like, you gotta hug the wall, because if you don't hug the container wall, you will fall off, and then sometimes you might fall off anyways.
Yeah, exactly what I had talked about too. Yeah, it can be really easy to fall off of there.
Yeah, but like if nobody actually fell off there, we would have been fine. We actually were really consistent at that one.
Yeah.
We were actually
we
more
had it
scared of
down.
wave 4, interestingly enough.
Yeah, that hold is a tightrope. You know, it's very easy to fall.
It's all or nothing. You either get it or you don't.
I also had a really tragic string of events happen there where I
I'm
threw
sorry,
a freeze.
by the way.
Oh no. I'm not talking about the time I died to the Scrake. I'm talking about on wave 3. I threw a freeze. Somebody raged the flesh pound right before it went off. It turned towards me. I got grabbed, so I didn't have the stability buff anymore, and I hit 20 EBR shots on it, but it didn't matter. I didn't have enough damage because I didn't have an upgraded EBR, and then I was reloading with the clot grab, and so I just got like dunked on by the flesh pound.
At least the flesh pound probably killed the clot, right?
I hope so, bastard.
Shout out to you, Mr. Clot, if you're out there listening.
It's so unfortunate because literally our practice run right before our official run, we did it with no deaths.
Yeah, we were
absolutely
smoking.
stomping in practice. So the fact that we got shook there was really unfortunate.
That's just kind of how the match goes.
They pulled it back though. Like I'm happy everyone was
able
able
to pull
to
back.
pull score. It was like 2100 or something.
Let me see it here.
It was 21 something.
21-28, yeah.
Did we have the fastest pat kill, by the way?
Unsure. I don't time
because
those.
our pat strat was pretty whack.
Yeah. We figured out that you can stand right behind that container and he spawns right around the corner.
Right out there, and you just said, peekaboo, I see you.
Yeah.
That was sick, yeah.
Yeah, and so like what we did was we would use the sharp Z time to get DPS to get him down to yellow, and then as soon as he hit yellow, Top dumps all his freezes, and I dump all my med nades, and that'll freeze Pat and hopefully kill all the trash, and everyone can just sit there and blast him into the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, it was...
I think our fastest pat was like 25 seconds or something. It was
ridiculous.
Stupid.
Yeah, we had a couple really good runs with some really fortunate Z time procs.
Yeah, I'm glad that our pat run on the official run was actually good. Makes up for the Hans round of Hellmark.
Makes up for the practice runs where I died to Patriarch.
Dude, during practice, it's funny actually. The reason you died was actually my fault because he loaded up rockets, and I went to hug him to try and make him miss. And what ended up happening was he literally direct hit me in the face with all 3 rockets, and I survived it without parrying because I had full medic armor and med buffs.
And I was a naked sharpshooter. I stood no chance against the rockets.
You died and I lived. Unfortunate. But yeah, Wave 4 was actually the scariest one going in, and it ended up not being the worst, surprisingly.
So I'll jump in with a question for you guys. What's something that you guys think went really, really well and for this match, and then something that you guys think could have done better?
Ray's flexes are amazing. His flexes held that hold together the whole time. He started flexing in practice the way he did in that game. That is the reason we are able to do that without kiting. We were able to do practice matches without kiting a single time.
Yeah, we did see that. We actually commented on how well Ray was just flexing back to the warehouse and back to
Ray is easily my MVP nomination. He was the glue for that hold, hands down.
We were struggling a lot to make that hold work, especially on the later waves. And once we figured out that he can just flex between any given lane, because I have freezes to solo hold most spawns, but there was times where I'm getting a bunch of QPs and FPs, or like several times, which this didn't happen as much in practice, the back spawn actually gave me I believe, like 3 total triple pound spawns and then a quad pound spawn at different points in the game, which was
Yeah,
just
that
absolutely
quad.
ridiculous. So
It's funny because the practice we did right before this run didn't do that.
yeah, we didn't have a single Giga out the back, and every time, I just hear angry, or well, rather soon to be angry flesh pound noises coming out of the back, and I turn around and it's like, well, I have to hope TVG can hold the front for a good 30, 45 seconds because I just have to shoot these flesh pounds with EBR over and over.
Yeah,
I'm
glad
not a
it worked,
slinger where
too.
Z time can proc and I can kill them all. I just have to sit there and shoot them.
Yeah, I'm glad that worked too. Good job.
I did notice that every time there was a Giga or any kind of larges back there, you just turned on your heel and was just frozen. You started working on them right away.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing else you can do. The longer you sit there and wait, the more you're going to give them time to time rage or more stuff to creep up on the other lanes, whatever. You got to deal with them as soon as you see them, you know.
Yeah. My team was like, we were super well prepared for this match, and it just went sideways. The lanes, the Ray's lane, actually no, it was Master's lane, was getting hit harder than usual in the later waves. At the same time, that top was getting hit really hard. So we had some times where like we would start pushing back into long, and we would have to pray for Z time to push back, and we were able to do that until wave 10 where we had to kite. What do you think about the wave 10 objective?
Jenny was more in favor of it than the rest of us. Ryan was not a big fan. I can definitely vouch for that. He was, and I ultimately wasn't either.
I think that we could have done it. The problem is that this week we actually had a lot of scheduling conflicts in our practice, so we had only 2 major team practices with everybody. But because we were able to have so many 5-people sessions, we were able to nail down all of the strats in time for us to have like a 5-hour practice yesterday where everything was like locking really well. We would have gone for wave 10, I think, if we had had time to practice it with the full team. And we only practiced it at the start of the week when we were thinking of doing a nomadic run before we swapped.
Okay.
Yeah, we did not practice it with medic. Our original intention was to go for a nomadic run, but with all the scheduling conflicts we had, going for nomadic, you just have to practice it out, and hash it out because there is so little margin for error. And with this being a kite map and medic being so good at kiting, you can't really sacrifice it. My opinion on it personally is that you have to almost full hold, if not full hold, in order to make the nomadic work. And we just did not have the time to practice and get consistent enough to make it work. But in my opinion, TBG really turned out this week with the consistency and the extensions. There was so many clutch moments where, mostly the other lanes needed the extensions. I'm just a sharp, but he was really doing very well at target prioritization and getting these extensions from super far away.
There were some rough points where he would drop Z time during the actual run, but during practice, his consistently got really good this week. During practice, he was absolutely killing it.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You practice 100 times the same map, and then time for the match, all of a sudden everything goes to hell. That's what happened.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened on wave 3.
That's the benefit of being so prepared as we were, because we were ready for that. Because we actually practiced kiting this week, unlike the last 2 weeks, because we knew that if we couldn't full hold it, we'd have to kite, and that was a likely case. And we were able to full hold it a couple of times in practice, but we wanted to be ready in case we couldn't.
I got you. So on the kite, that was actually going to be one of my questions on the kite. It looked like a couple of times people were splitting off, and I was going to ask if the kite was practiced or if it was just from falling.
Oh, you mean like when we get to containers?
Yeah.
Yeah, people would get knocked down and have to go routes because of where things were. That wasn't really a specifically practice thing to separate there, but sometimes it works out that way. And we had practiced enough kiting that I was ready for separations to happen there because it does happen.
Absolutely, yeah. You could tell you were watching the whole team, and you had good, clean comms, so it didn't cost you at all. I think I also heard you mention about the 401, Jenny. Were you mentioning for Mando? You wanted Mando to run that?
No. Oh, you mean when we were kiting?
Yes.
Yeah, so I forgot to do it on the first loop. But what I did on this map is, so one of the carbine's biggest downsides is it really struggles on kiting. Because unlike the heel thrower or the 501, it's a lot harder to use. and you can't always predict where you want to put it because you have to depend on an enemy for that. And it's also stationary. So also, one of the problems you have with kiting is you have a lot of raged flesh pounds that will be doing pretty consistent damage, but not burst damage to the team, which is not what the carbine handles well, especially while moving. So what I did was I put a 401 in the door from Rave Room into Long Kite. Oh, Masters.
Is Discord
Is that
doing
my
funny
audio?
business? No, it's.
No, okay.
I think Jenny
Well,
might
Jenny,
have
if
lost
you can hear
connection.
us, your mic appears
I was
to
going
have
to say,
cut out.
am I the only one that just dipped into the red there? And...
I thought it was me. I thought I lost you guys.
Yeah, I think all of us.
I didn't dip into the red, but it looks like Jenny
Well,
did disconnect.
I can explain for her. Basically,
go ahead.
the idea was that the 401 has more consistent heals, which is what you need when you have every individual member of a team getting hit by flesh pound crits, and the carbine has this really long syringe recharge, and you can't really direct hit people as consistently, and so we have the carbine for the hold, and then she switches when we start kiting.
Okay, I'm back.
Right, she put it on the kite path. Hey, welcome
okay,
back,
where'd I drop off?
You were explaining that you placed the 401 on the kite path so you could drop the carbine.
Yeah,
from the hold.
did I drop off after explaining the downsides of the carbine?
Yes.
Yeah, it was after that.
Yeah, okay. So because of those downsides with the carbine and the 401's consistency with kiting and able to heal more over time relative with the because when you swap between the goblin and the 401, you basically have infinite darts. And there were times during practice where we would have wiped without that consistency, and that's why I was doing that, because it's way better for kiting than the carbine. The carbine is a hold weapon through and through.
Right, I understand completely. Good choice. Just unfortunately, you ran past it, I take it. That's why you mentioned about the 401?
I forgot to drop my carbine.
I see.
Yeah, when you're in a panic like that, it happens.
Yeah, exactly. It does happen, yeah. You've got so much going on. You're watching the whole team. Everybody's calling out. Yeah, it's
and I was actually placing seeds during the Rave Room push because it was so packed that if what I seeded died, the whole team would get healed, and that was huge because it would save me a med nade. But I did remember to get my 401 on the second time around. But I did mean to get it on the first pass. Thankfully, nobody died for that.
That's good. I think I might have to take up the mantle for Tamari here and ask everyone for MVPs.
Ray, hands down. I already talked about why.
I definitely agree with Jenny's reasoning there. I mean, like I said last week, I gave Ray my MVP award last week because we just synergized really well, especially with me on Sharp and him on Slinger. It's just we know exactly what to shoot. We call which Zed to shoot next, and it's like we don't even have to say it. We're always shooting the same thing.
Ray is really good at that. He's really good at calling which Zed to kill.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing that with Master too.
I think though, I really have to give the award to TVG this week for the most improvement in consistency. Those extensions were huge this week, and he's made a lot of improvements there, in my opinion. And it really turned out. I mean, there's several situations like on waves 8 and 9 where we full held, and it had mostly to do with the fact that our slingers were able to output so much DPS that TVG was able to activate through that time.
Yeah. Basically, the only reason that Master's lane never entirely collapsed was because of extensions, and that's on TVG.
Yeah,
TVG
absolutely.
and Ray's flexes.
Did we lose Jenny again?
Maybe.
We might have.
And Discord's having some fun, no matter her.
Might be having some. Yeah, Discord's trolling us. But
We're getting some funky stuff going on here.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who has issues with Discord.
You would be happy about that.
Freed, what about you? Who do you think was MVP?
Oh man, so honestly, I'd have to agree. Ray did a phenomenal job bouncing from the different lanes and flexing wherever they were needed. I'd say definitely Ray, and then I'd also give a runner up to Topwolf, because if he didn't turn around and see those gigas at those gas pumps,
right, you get me.
He would have definitely that would have caused a lot of issues.
Right. Welcome back, Jenny.
Holding that
You're getting me
solo
on
lane
mobile
is a
now because I
sharp.
don't trust my desktop net to not collapse again.
It's always great. Gotta love ISPs.
Absolutely. Elmo, what about you?
You know, at least it waited until after the match.
Fair enough.
I might have to echo the sentiment of Ray, because I saw some really crazy flexes. Ray was on his own lane, then he was on the gas station lane, then he was back on his own lane, and then he was helping Master.
Yeah,
it was
Ray
all
was the
over
force
place.
multiplier on literally every lane.
Yeah, I have to agree with all of you. Everybody did really well, and everybody was doing their own thing, holding down. But Ray kind of stood out to me, just flexing around, knowing when to move over and help with the Zeds, knowing which Zeds to take down. It was really fun to watch.
His target priority is amazing.
Really was.
And one of the what's amazing about that is that he has really good target priority, and he's really good and consistent at calling out which Zed to kill for the team, and that really helps concentrate DPS to eliminate larges.
Yeah, absolutely. Freed, Elmo, did either of you have any questions?
No. You guys looking forward to the next map?
Yes.
I'm scared. There's only scary maps left. I'm gonna be real. Most of the maps that I am comfortable with are done and gone. So hopefully, whatever's next, we can handle just as well as we have these first three.
Well, I think that we'll all agree we're really excited and looking forward to watching you on the next map. Your team has been doing awesome.
I hope.
Yeah, I love
hope
putting
we can
on the
come
show.
back out with some more gutsy strats again, like we did the first week. I think somewhat unfortunately we've had to play it a little safe for pure strategy's sake. But I want to be able to show off some really bold stuff again. So hopefully these next few maps will give us an opportunity to do that, and we'll have the schedules and time permitting to really practice and hone it in.
Okay, wetting our palate. All right, I get you.
You gotta prep it.
Elmo, did you have anything?
No, I think we've gone over more or less everything at this point. I can see that Tamari just finished Uwu as well, and he's asking me for the score. The score they ended up with was 21-28, Mr. Tamari.
It could have been much better, but talking
I
about it
think,
going into it, you know, we were looking at what Chainsaw's score was, and Jenny went ahead and calculated we need roughly a little over 1900 to stay in first place, and I really wanted to home it in with everybody. It's like we just need to play safe here. You know, I like going for the big plays as much as anybody else, but being first in the group stage really does a lot for us, in my opinion, and we had such a strong lead the first week, and I really didn't want to drop it. So even though it might be less interesting to watch at times, I think going for the consistent, you know, do a couple of objectives, have your medic.
Well, the thing is that Yolomancers and consistent is still a whack show because of our objective insanity.
Yeah,
did anybody go for wave 3 besides us?
No, I don't think, unless Uwu did, but you'd need Tamari to answer that one because I was not there.
I actually peeked their VOD now that we're done, and they did not.
Well, then they did. Then
I'm sad we couldn't get it then, because that would have been really cool. Because I loved our split hold strat. Tamari would have loved that.
Yeah, we really did have it
worked really
pretty
well.
Locked in.
We just got unlucky.
We had a few hiccups here and there. It's just, you know, nothing can ever be 100% consistent, and sometimes, you know, TVG got knocked off, and it all just kind of slowly whittled down from there. And I already described my really unfortunate death situation. So
yeah, I think we lost 400 in health bonus, 200 in objective bonus, so that's 600 points on the table right there. We could have had a mid 2K score easy, but it just happens.
I mean, all things considered, you guys did really well and reacted to the cards that were dealt to you. So you guys did pretty good.
I can't be upset with how that turned out in the end. Oh, hey, Tamari's in chat now.
Oh, and I think that I'm really proud of the team as a whole for like cutting our losses on the wave 3, not like attempting to hold it any longer than we needed to, just kiting it out. Like, it sucked. It bit hard that we had to lose those 200 points. We
I was
lost 200
actually
more
mad.
from having people dying. We lost time bonus to that. Like, we lost a lot for that wave 3 hold, but we didn't let it shake our mental, and we just kept going. And definitely, you know, it had the potential to really ruin our waves 9 and 10, in my opinion, is, you know, if you let that get to you and the pressure from losing all those points early on. But we just held it just fine, and we, you know, we made the reasonable
pulled it
call
back
and tied it
together. We
on wave
didn't let it
10.
collapse us.
So everything, you know, went really well, and I'm really happy with how everything turned out.
Absolutely. And I'm going to hit you both with Elmo's favorite question. Did you have fun?
Hell yeah.
That's my favorite question.
Dude, practice this week slaps. I had so much fun on FrightYard practice.
Yeah, the FrightYard main hold, holding that with TVG, holding out lane is the only DPS perk, is so much fun. It is like, it's just an endless stream of things to shoot at. My EBR just never stops. It never gets old. I could hold that lane forever with the way that it's set up now, where none of the larges come in through those containers right up front, and it doesn't get absolutely smashed. It's really reasonable to hold with me. And just
I'm so glad that the containers don't spawn larges anymore. The ones by the main hold.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was relieved to see that too. But
I'll never forget the first GSO run I ever played was on that map, and we're sitting above those containers, and like a dozen quarters flood out of them at the immediate start of the wave, and somebody accidentally drops their gun down there.
Oh no.
I think Ryan was there for that, actually. I might be wrong.
Well, it was counterpoint to what you were saying about it being fun. It was a lot of fun to watch you guys. I always enjoy. I know our viewers do, and always fun to cast on your streams, on your matches. Excuse me.
I'm glad you have fun watching us do that.
Anybody else have any other questions?
I'm out of rambles.
Yeah, no, I'm square. I'm good.
Unless,
I think I covered everything I wanted to.
Unless the Twitch chat has any last second questions here towards the end, I think we might have to wrap up this interview.
I don't see a ton coming from chat question-wise, but I do see them memeing about nausea.
Yeah,
that I do see as well.
Word is out. Word is out.
So my hot take is nausea wouldn't be awful.
I'd
that
love to.
is indeed
I'd
a hot
absolutely
take.
love to.
At ASL 50,
I'm
I
here
don't
for
think it would be that garbage. I wouldn't like it, but it would be doable.
It's not about, to me, it's not about doability. To me, it's about how interesting it would be, because the...
Oh, it would be a totally uninteresting map
Yeah,
to watch.
fair.
No,
that's fair.
It'd be super boring.
Yeah, but what would be good is seeing how all the teams tackle it. You know, are we going to go with you know, regular standard precision, you know, team comps? Are we going to go with some more interesting team comps? You know, so I think that would be something that would be kind of neat to see.
What I do see, I see one question here, and this might be, if you know off the top of your head, that would be very cool. If not, then don't worry about it. What's your best score during practice? By Max D. Wood.
We actually didn't keep track of our score, but like I kind of talked about it a minute ago. Like if we had gotten a theoretical like best run of what we had just done, it probably would have been like a 33 to 34, which is 12 to 13 minutes of time bonus, plus 600 health bonus, plus 600 objective bonus. So that's 1200 plus like plus like 8 or some hundred, like almost a little shy of 3K, I think.
Yeah, we did
If
have
it
a
had
run
gone theoretically,
where
like,
I think
perfectly.
we had 500 health bonus, and we ended around 32, 33 minutes, and we had all 3 objectives that we planned on holding. We did that the other night, and so I think if you were to add that up and do a little bit of math there, you could get what our theoretical best score was during a run.
I think it's high 2K.
Yeah.
Like almost 3K.
Fair enough. Well, thank you very much for coming in for the interview. I think we are going to end it here, and then we'll wrap up the stream real fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for putting on the show.
All right.
GG.
You have a good night.
GG.
GG's.
All right. What a match that was.
What a match.
Yeah, that was
really
pretty
got my
good.
blood pumping. It's going to be hard to go to sleep after this, but I am exhausted, so I will manage.
Yes. I think I saw earlier you say you showed off Tamari's stream. There's a VOD for Uvu on there. If you happen to not be able to catch that, or if you prefer to watch that on YouTube without the little chat on the side, it will be uploaded to YouTube throughout the week. We're about to run into the first stage of playoffs here very, very soon. And so we will return with more matches next week. This was the last match this week, actually.
I think that was a pretty good way to close it out.
It was going out with a bang, really. Yeah, tomorrow just posted the tournament YouTube channel up there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tamari.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, like he's saying there, it also has playlists for POVs of players that upload their POVs. I know that there are a few different people from the different teams that do that. I saw Illith P did his POV for Hellmark, and I did as well, for that matter. Semifinals next week. Matches will be posted there. Yes, in tomorrow's Discord, there will be events to show you which or who's streaming which match and when they're happening. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I guess we're going to wrap it up here, Elmo. Is that correct?
Yes, unless you two have any closing remarks here.
I've got a few hours, so I can hang out. You know, it's always fun. No, it's always a pleasure.
It's just sleep.
It's just sleep after all. You're right. You're right.
Sleep.
Who needs that anyway, right?
You guys want to play some pubs? We can go stream that.
Well, it's always a pleasure, guys. Thank you for letting me come cast
Likewise.
with you.
Likewise. But yeah,
and shout out to Tamari, of course, who is in the channel on the Twitch stream.
Huge shout outs to Tamari for hosting this tournament. It has been an exceptional amount of fun.
It really has. And all the credit goes to him and Forrest. They did an awesome job. So thank you so much for all you both have done.
Yeah, without them, we wouldn't be doing this.
Exactly.
If we did, it wouldn't be nearly to this level, this good. It would just be utter rubbish. We'd be on.
It'd be kind of weird if we sat here doing
we'd
having
be
this
like
talk without them.
We'd be hosting it on like Facebook or something.
Exactly.
All right. Well, if that is all for closing remarks, I will wrap it up here and say thank you all for coming out and watching this this match. It has been a pleasure, and we will return next week with more matches. As per usual, Tamari's Discord is Discord GG Tamari. And in there you will find several events coming up once the matches for the next for the semifinals are posted and scheduled. Once again, thank you all for coming out. I will hope to see you around next week.
Thanks all. Have a great day or night.
Yep. Thank you.